Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing well. And in this video, I thought it'd be great to go over the Skeletour program book that has been sold at the merch booth once again as of this past weekend. I don't believe this was available during the European leg, but I could be mistaken, and for most of the North American leg of the tour, it hadn't been sold due to an error. So since a lot of people have missed out and copies have begun to sell on eBay for $300, which is just ridiculous, we have to give a shout out to Potential Rubbish on X, who kindly took 4K pics of their own program book in order for the community to have the ability to look through it. So let's go ahead and go through the book from front to back. And even though there isn't a lot of writing, what is there is really informative, so let's dive in. Alright, so of course, the front cover shares the main art as the Skeletour itself, which we have seen on advertisements and posters. We start with a 2-page introduction with a quote from Tobias Forge stating, "I don't want people to see it as acts, because technically it's not. But the show is built in acts in a way that I've always wanted to do it, where the show starts in one size and then it grows into something else, and then it develops into a third. In the concert film Right Here, Right Now, that was as good as it gets in 2023. Everything that we achieved was with the music and with clothing. And that got us far, but now this is correlating more with how I regarded the show to be dramaturgically expanding from a simple start into a quite drastic, bombastic ending." Next, we get a 2-page spread just on Papa 5 with images from photo shoots as well as the Skeletour. And then, of course, 2-page spread on the ghouls and ghoulettes from throughout the Skeletour. And then the main bulk of the program consists of 5 2-page spreads of photos taken throughout the Skeletour featuring both Papa and the ghouls. Then we come to our second quote about costume design, with 2 great pages showing off initial concept art of the costumes. So B. Ackerland states, "Creating for Ghosts is a dark thrill. Tobias gives me full creative reign, and there's an unspoken trust that fuels the magic. Every cycle is a ritual. I push myself to summon something more haunting than the last. Watching Tobias step into character and come alive on stage in what we've created is pure satisfaction. His deep understanding of costume, his attention to detail, and the way he challenges me, it's a rare and powerful creative bond. I'm proud to be part of Ghost's ever-evolving story, shaping its mythology one stitch at a time." So let's take a closer look at some of this concept art, where we see that some of these did make it to fruition, while some have gone through a few minor changes, and others might even be costumes we see in the future of this era. And now we come to a 2-page spread on stage design, with the quote by creative director Amir Chamden stating, "When I began exploring the possibilities for the Skeletour, my goal was to enhance Tobias's vision and add a cinematic layer to the experience. I've been attending ghost shows since the very beginning, and what has always struck me is the unique atmosphere the band brings to the rock and roll scene. That atmosphere is sacred, and preserving it was absolutely essential. My job was to elevate Ghost's theatrical legacy. We set out to create the ultimate rock and roll experience, and my approach was to structure the show like a 3-act film, with each act serving a distinct purpose. The first act plays like a slow burn thriller. It opens with haunting black sails covering the stage, immediately setting a foreboding, immersive tone. The second act evolves into the Devil's Church, a core element in Ghost's previous shows, this time expanded both visually and thematically to heighten the sense of ritual and grandeur. The final act pushes Ghost into the future. Without breaking the narrative, we introduce a more modern visual gospel using large screens and vivid, striking imagery. It's forward-facing, yet still unmistakably part of the Ghost universe. Throughout the design process, maintaining one point perspective was a key visual principle. It ensured that the visuals always supported the band and the story, never becoming mere decoration or gimmick. Each image, each moment on screen, was curated to serve a specific song and emotion. It was essential that the visuals not exist separately, but act as a narrative extension of the music. All of these elements, the structure, the atmosphere, the visuals, have always been present in Ghost, but on the Skeletour, they've become more defined, more deliberate, and more cinematic than ever before. And we end with 4 pages looking back at the Ghoul Bangers Ball from around the world, which is hosted by Vanessa Warwick. We end with the credits page, and then the back of the program features the new crucifix. And there we go, guys. That was our complete look through the Skeletour program book. Seems like a great souvenir to grab, so hopefully you had a chance to pick one up when available, or if anyone will be attending the last 3 North American dates in Texas, hopefully you're able to get one. My favorites were looking at the initial concept designs for the costumes, as well as learning about the 3-act structure that these rituals have, which makes those visual changes that much more meaningful when they do happen. But let me know what you all thought of the book, or if you'll be picking one up. And once again, shout out to Potential Rubbish on X for sharing these pages with the community. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date with all of our upcoming videos. And for more on Ghost, take a look at the rest of the channel, because if you have Ghost, you have everything.
Last night